Hello, Chris. I know you're on the Isle of Wight and hope you're well. Welcome to Investor Media TV show. And, delighted to have you back again on with us. And, we're going to speak again about palm yachts and, hybrid yachts and, what you need to explain to us, and especially with the live audience today, what you do and what is palm yachts, and obviously with the electric and hybrid yachts and what you're offering basically.
Yeah, sure. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Evening, Xavier. Well, as you've already mentioned, we are building hybrid and electric yachts. The main focus at the moment is hybrid because electric is a little bigger challenge for the moment, but all of our yachts are hybrid as standard, and I think it's important to remember that we need to obviously be environmentally aware across the board, but certainly in the near future some industries have taken up the mantle and are like the car industry. They're certainly providing an electric only option, which is very environmentally friendly. But in boating, we do have probably a bigger problem. And to give you an example, a large container ship puts out pollution equivalent to about 50 million cars. And on smaller vessels, the boats that we use in the leisure industry, we're still using hundreds of litres an hour just to push our boats quite a slow speed for quite a small distance. So even a small improvement is going to help a lot.
No, very good. Now, obviously, hybrid electric is really important. As you mentioned, it's important to protect the sea, and palm yachts is at the front of the design for that. You have been working for a long time, but obviously the COVID hasn't helped in recent months.
No, not really. Well, we've been developing for about 8 years. I think we have probably one of the leading hybrid systems on the market at the moment, and it does enable certainly sailing yachts to be almost emission-free, and certainly substantially reduce the emissions in their everyday use. So that's a huge bonus. With the powerboats, it's a slightly different problem. Obviously, to carry the fuel around, fossil fuel is about 100 times more dense than a battery. So for your one tank of fuel, you're going to need 100 batteries of the same size to have the same energy. So it's not really realistic to have an electric boat at the moment without some alternative way of charging those engines. And I think the industry has been very slow to take up the mantle. But I would mention that, in fact, one of the first ever hybrid motorboats was a Royal Thames Yacht Club member in 1912, who ran his boat on petrol and electric up and down the Thames for many years. So it's not been a problem of doing it. It's been a problem of people taking it up and actually, making it happen. So hopefully people will follow the lead. And I think if we don't do it soon, laws will be passed that make us do it. And already I hear that there may be laws coming in inland waterways and harbours, which will mean that we have to move our boats without any emissions. And that's going to be quite a big challenge because very few boats have that option at the moment.
Okay, very good. Is it true that 2023 has been mentioned for cleaner water, for example, in the UK, but as well in Monaco? I think they set up that date, and having your boats there, that you're at the front of the industry, basically.
Yeah, and you can't run, and there's many countries. I mean, Switzerland were very early takers up on their lakes for no fossil fuel boats at all, and that was many years ago. But I think that's coming across the EU, and that's already in many countries around the world who perhaps you wouldn't think would be leading that challenge in that, have already put these laws in place. So I think we're going to have to do something fairly quickly, and I don't think the industry is quite right yet. So we need to We need to move a little bit faster.
But I'm glad you're there at the front. Now, obviously, with all the recent developments, all the boat shows have been cancelled and so on. How you see the boating public being, affected for the next few months or next year?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're going to have to. We are going to have to bite the bullet soon. I assume that new laws will be brought in for new boats only, not for old boats. Hybrid engine is probably about double a normal engine in price. So there is that problem to overcome at the moment, and that's mainly battery technology. An electric motor is very, very cheap. It has hardly any moving parts. It doesn't really wear out. So it's actually the technology which is improving at the moment, like batteries, will help an awful lot. But at the moment, you can't charge your boat in the marina, even if you were electric. So there's quite a lot of infrastructure that needs to go in, as well as the technical side on the boat itself.
Very good. No, that's very good towards the future of a better planet and the better sea for your kids and grandchildren and for everybody.
It's not difficult to do. They're simple systems, So we're not trying to reinvent some very high-tech things. We're actually the principle is very straightforward. So it's just having the equipment and having the mentality to change. And then we see, people we've put on boats with electric drive or hybrid drive have ended up having a different point of view of their journey. Before perhaps they were going as fast as they could, or had a set time to get there. Now often they're looking at their meter and which is showing how much energy they have and what their range is. And as they adjust the throttle, so their range increases dramatically. And so people tend to be driving on range rather than driving on speed. And I think once we change our mentality, that would make things a lot easier.
Perfect. Now that's very nice. You know what, Cris, you're the future of yachting, I hope. You have the great ideas, great design, and the audience here is very interested by what you do, and I wish you all the best, and hopefully I will be able to see you either in London or the Isle of Wight, forward to meet you in person very soon, all right?